welcome to More Than Mindfulness. I'm Becky Moeller from Lifehouse Fit Body and Soul. Welcome to the new year. Are you ready for 2022? Are you making New Year's goals and resolutions, or where's your mind at? That's usually where we go. For me personally, I don't make New Year's goals anymore. I stopped making New Year's goals kind of at the same time where my life shifted dramatically, and I found this practice and realized, well, my life shifted dramatically because I hit a rock bottom where all my goals kind of went up in smoke and shattered right in front of my eyes. So I came to recognize for me that moving through life wasn't going to be this perfect ascending up this perfect marble staircase, which is the way I had kind of tried to live my life for 35 years. And that there was so much of life that was out of my control. And even that what I thought I wanted to be, and even who I thought I was supposed to be, who I thought even God wanted me to be, and my parents wanted me to be, and my community wanted me to be, that all of those ideas weren't always in line with what my next right step was really meant to be, or where my journey was really meant to go. Because I thought the journey was supposed to look very narrow and very straight and very perfect. And the journey I got was very windy, became very windy. But the thing that was so interesting and so surprising was that the more it was this windy part of my journey that was ugly and messy and not impressive at all. That's where I found God. And that's where I found this place in myself that is really the place that I want to live my life. This is where I want to live my life. And every time I go there, it's hard for me to come out of it because part of me just wants to stay. And that's the part of me that I feed and I nurture and I practice every day through movement and meditation, is coming back to that place. And that no matter what my life looks like, and there's different seasons, there are seasons that feel very messy and have felt very ugly and messy. And then life kind of gets back on the rails sometimes, and it feels like we're back on the treadmill doing our thing. But no matter what I'm going through, no matter what the season of my life is unfolding like in any particular moment, this practice of finding this place in myself is what keeps me centered, and it's what keeps me operating as the best version of myself, and it leads me to my next right step, just one step at a time. So my intention every year for the last several years is to live from that space as much as possible, to be present with the people I love, with the work that I choose to do, and with every situation I kind of find myself in, that I can move through whatever life hands to me in a present and mindful way and be present with it. So that means that the foundation of my life is an embodied practice that I do every day. And this is really what I've put together and created through the Lifehouse Body and Soul programs. What does an embodied practice look like? Like, what does that even mean, right? This is what it looks like for me, okay? I do about a 90-minute practice, okay? And I'm just gonna give you little tastes of kind of what we do in this practice and then why it is helpful. So first, we pause. pausing is always really the beginning. We pause and we feel our feet on the ground. So feel your feet on the ground wherever you are. And we feel our breath move in and out of our body. And we kind of ask ourselves, how am I today? How am I doing really? Where am I at? And is there anything right now? Is there a story that I'm carrying, a narrative that I'm carrying, a little voice in my head that I need to release and let go of, that I don't want to carry through the rest of this day? Okay? And then we start to move into cardio movement. Okay? So like we're moving our body, we're getting into our body, because it really helps me in the mornings to move my body, and it helps me to shift out of my brain and whatever things my brain is looping in. And it depends on the day, right? But that kind of incessant mental looping where my mental self is driving and running the show and amping up. Especially in stressful situations, that's kind of what naturally happens. So I get into my body and I move and I breathe. And the breath is so important. We're always talking about breath in here, right? So I want you to stand if you can. I'm gonna move my chair. Okay, can you see me? And I just want you to inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale. Really good. Okay, now just kind of shake yourself around and release. Release your arms, release your neck, shake out your legs. You're using your body to clear space around your heart and in your mind. So if you have stressful narratives or self-defeating narratives or depressing narratives running through you, creating all of this momentum and energy in your body that's weighing you down, your body is the thing that you can use to help release it, okay? So we're gonna do another breath exercise. We're gonna inhale, lift. And we're gonna exhale, release the body. Inhale, lift. Exhale, inhale, lift. Exhale, inhale, lift. Exhale, really good. Stand, shake it out. Okay, we're just moving, releasing, and I'm gonna have you move. I'm a cardio girl. I love cardio. I love pushing myself to where my heart is just beating so hard. It's such a good release for me. And for me, because I'm kind of an intense personality, it's sometimes one of the only ways that I can actually shift out of a stressful looping brain and really release that energy from my body. So I'm gonna have you either just march for a second, or you can run, and we're just gonna run for a minute. And I just want you to feel how your body feels when you're working hard, you're breathing hard, everything's moving. Shake it out. Okay, that's not our full practice, but we start class with this high energy, okay? And part of that's because when I went through trauma, I was able to recognize that I would go I taught fitness classes at 2 different universities every day. And pretty much all day long, I could barely function. You know, I really could hardly get off the couch, get out of bed, folding laundry. Like everything was so hard and so slow. But then when I would go teach a class, because I had to, it was my job, I found that this strong cardio really put me in a completely different state of mind. And so later, as I learned more about the brain, I learned when you work at a certain intensity level that you can achieve through cardio exercise, it actually shifts the blood flow to your brain and turns off the mechanism in your brain that keeps you in this kind of obsessive looping thinking patterns. So I realized teaching classes through my trauma, that was really like the very best treatment for me to help me move through that period of my life as far as like my day-to-day living. It was my place where I could release. I would come home and be in a completely different state of mind than when I went to class. So that's really where this idea of starting a practice in this peak place, this peak physical level where we're able to, in a really unique way, use breath and body to release and let all of what we're doing be an expression of releasing, okay? And then the second half of class, we move down into more yoga, where it's more the slow flowing breath work. And I'm moving around again because I'm gonna have you do some of this with me. Let's just sit in a chair. If you're sitting in a chair or wherever you are, inhale, lift up, lift your left arm up, and maybe just bend over to the side. So maybe pushing your left hip out to the side, stretching through the left side of your body, maybe gazing up under an elbow. And then exhale, release, take the right arm, inhale, lift. And maybe pushing to the side, through the side body. Feel the side of the body open. And exhale, release. Inhale, lift hands high above the head. Feel the aliveness in the fingertips. And exhale, just so slowly, almost like so slowly that it's imperceptible. Just lowering the hands. And feel the aliveness in the hands. Letting your breath wash over you. Feeling into your fingertips, the aliveness that's there. Until your hands come all the way down. Hands rest on your legs, hands clasped behind the back. Push the knuckles down, press the shoulders down, feel your heart open, and then release the head back and just roll through the neck. And I want you, as you move in this way, to just kind of reflect on how much feel you're able to use your voice right now. Okay, so you're rolling through the neck, opening through the throat and through the neck. And just reflecting on, is there anything you need to use your voice to say right now? Give yourself permission to find those words or to speak. And then at the end of practice, after in an embodied practice class, we would spend about 40 minutes in cardio and then about 40 minutes in this kind of flowing, stretching, breathing, moving. And then the last 10 to 15 minutes were in meditation, in a guided meditation that kind of walks us through. And today, maybe let's just do a really short meditation. So settling into your body, you probably are already there because of the little movement we've already done. I just want you to maybe use your imagination to end this little mini practice, to imagine your life with this sense of presence that you feel in this space. That it wasn't something that disappeared when you got up from your mat or when you turned off the meditation, but that it was something that you could keep with you throughout your day. That every time something came up, you could return to your breath. You could feel into your body. You could open your neck and throat, and you could find permission to use your voice. You could use those meditation times to uncover the burdens that are weighing down your shoulders, the tightness you carry in your forehead. You could learn to identify and surrender the burdens that you carry in your back. You could learn when and how to say no. And you could learn when and how to say with a full and open heart, yes. How would your life be different? When you're ready, you can open your eyes. That's just like a little baby taste of what my embodied practice looks like on a daily basis. And it's a practice that has blessed my life in bigger ways than I can even express or explain for the last 8 years. So if this speaks to you, if this resonates with you, just know that we are launching our first online course. We will have a cart open January 4th through January 14th, and the course itself will launch January 19th. So this is your chance to get in on our first rollout, and we're so excited. I hope you enjoyed today's practice. I hope you keep practicing and finding even small moments to pause. Every time you come back to this is a time that you're coming back to your highest self, and you're finding the place in you that intuitively knows how to find your next right step and how to live your life from a place of love and compassion and peace and power. So thank you for practicing with me today. I would love to see you. We're doing a couple webinars next week during the cart open time. So check out the link below to hop on a webinar, a live webinar with me. I would love to see you. Namaste.